welcome to a different stream because I'm normally doing Threefold Talk these days. Welcome to WoTails, everybody. Yes, this is the show that we've been trying to get together since September. My guest and I found out. We were chatting backstage, and we finally got together, and we're finally doing this, and I'm very excited to get a little tipsy with y'all. But before we do that, let me remind you what else is coming up. Happening right now, folks, is the Great Ham Joke Search. We're volume 3 already. Polling started today at 9 o'clock this morning for me. So it's almost finished. And you need to get in there and vote. If you haven't, the polls are going to be running every single day. Single thread for each one. Although Twitter makes me make them 25 tweets at a time because you can't do all of them at once, which, the opening day needs 65 tweets. So that took a while this morning. But that will be going every day until the winning joke is announced on Thursday's Threefold Talk show. And there will be the giveaway as well, which I will announce how to enter in that on Tuesday. And if you come back in a couple of weeks, folks, we're getting back into the shipping. I do this every few months with Master of the Deck. And this week, oh, wow. I swear I haven't drunk that much already. I promise people. This time, we're back to Valentine's Day. So, of course, we've invited Bree, who is an awesome romance writer, to come and join us. She's a big Wheel of Time fan. And, we're just going to have some fun doing that. So, hopefully, you can come join us for that. Obviously, come join me every Thursday for Threefold Talk. But enough of that. Let's get chatting away with all the people some of the people, because one of them's disappeared for a second. But the other people that have joined me and waited patiently since September or longer because we organized it beforehand. Please welcome Jim and Josh. How we doing, fellas?
Hey, we did lose one.
We're doing great, but yeah, wow. My
2 out of 3
gone.
ain't bad.
Where's the kid gone? Are we taking turns? Just before we went live, my internet crapped out, so
It's not because of the fuzz. Zach is legal drinking age. It's legit. Okay.
That's good.
This is good. This is very good. I love this. People are like, I need a beverage now. Hey, Dana.
Yes, if you do not have a beverage, you should definitely go get one and follow along with us.
That's having half Angry Orchard, half Guinness. Okay, cool.
And having a drink right now, if you're inclined, is a good idea. It's a far better idea than having every drink we talk about here today.
Yes.
That would be a bad call.
That happens once
Josh,
a
you
year
have some experience.
At the Gathering Madness.
Look, we found Zach.
Hey,
Zach.
Hey, apparently my internet started drinking before we started this recording, so it decided to pass out for a little bit.
Mine did too.
Nicely
Literally,
done.
just for went live, mine crapped out. Now Zach's. So boys, prepare yourself because might. Let's hope it's not taking turns. Let's just the kids trying to
That's right.
we're drinking early on the internet apparently. So.
Oh, boy.
So guys, we've been trying to do this since September, which is mad.
That is.
Or before, actually.
Well, and the funny thing is, back in September, I was starting to feel really bad because it was getting close to it. And I was like, oh, man, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. Things are going crazy in my personal life and things are just really busy. And how do I break it to the guys? And then like, I think it was you, Rob, that was like, yeah, I'm not going to be able to. And Jim was like,
yeah, it was like
that
the Thursday, and I'm just like, I'm too ill. I really can't do this, and I just gave up everything that week. So,
hey, it worked out for me. Some of the best drinks I've come up with have been since September. So
there we go. That's even
right.
better. So, okay, so let's go. I think we need to ask. Aside from the drinks we're going to make or going to feature tonight, what is everyone having as kind of like a little warm up? Zach, you made yours in advance, or are you drinking what you're promoting?
Yes,
I suppose
I went ahead and made mine in advance. So I'm drinking the Gentled Man.
Oh,
Taste of sadness.
Oh, wow. Nice.
It's nice.
It's okay. You're enjoying it. That's the important thing. So, Josh, what are you on so far tonight?
So I will be quite honest. Today I have been running and running and running. So what I have right now is an energy drink with the hydrating power to hopefully stave off any hangover I will be developing. But I do not want you guys to think that means that I have not come prepared. I have 3 liquor bottles, 2 mixers, and I have planned 2 separate beverages. One that I have invented tonight,
Oh,
And the
nice.
second one is my standard, Sailor Jerry and Coke Zero.
Nice.
So,
Brilliant. Okay.
I'm ready. I'm prepared. I am
I'm
here.
prepared. I have some things here. There's going to be some live mixing of drinks on the show tonight, folks. So,
Indeed.
inspired by Jim, and a little bit because I wasn't fully prepared for the actual drinking component tonight. So, but before we get into those sorts of things, Jim, what are you warming up with so far?
Well, I'm warming up. I've just got a nice mug here of
That's a beautiful
spiced rum and Coke. That's all. It starts simple because what I will also be mixing live has enough booze in it that I need to start simple. That's how it goes.
It's gonna warm up, stretch the old liver.
Yeah, nice. I like this.
But just like many others, I've got my bottles ready. We'll be pulling out the stuff and having some fun later.
Oh, I love it in chat. They're talking about drinks now. Like Jordan, he makes the Ash Moretto. Is that a tree? That was the tree.
That
drink,
is a
wasn't it?
tree
That was
drink.
The tree
Yes.
original.
It was the first one we featured on our podcast with Tree's permission. And it was like, woo,
Nice.
and it was a hit. People love it.
It is great. Yes. For
That
those who are
was-
unaware, we're not talking about an actual tree. We're talking about a person who we call Tree. So
She gave us that at our very first mixology contest,
Mhm.
and it had struck fear into our cold black hearts, and we drank it, and now it's my go-to when
It's a
when
winner,
people call
man. It
for
really
shots,
is.
yeah.
and they're like, "What do we want? I don't know. What do we want? I don't know." Ashimaretto coming right up
There we
every
go.
time.
I love some of the comments in chat. What Shadow Killer? I weep for the gentle man. Matt Stagger is enjoying the Tanchico sunrise, or was it sunset? It was awesome when he tried it. Varo thinks the gentle man sounds like the.
Oh, no.
Of course, Pavaro thinks that.
I love that comment.
Oh.
Red
Dana
Aja
Who
with
wants
it.
Jim to be her bartender at Jordan Con.
I'll be there.
Beth Weston wants to help out with that. It's
I will say
hilarious.
this, like inside tip for Jordan Con, you are not allowed to mix your own drinks out in public. So if you want
So you can
Jim
mix
to be
for
your
someone else?
bartender, you have to go to Jim's room.
Ooh.
And Jim has to make it up for you where security can't see. So
Gotcha.
Got it.
and you're
I'm
definitely
hearing
gonna
a lot
wanna
of
do that.
hydro flask mixing. You can't see into them. You don't know what's in
Got my
there.
jacket. I'm
It's Jordan Con water is what it is.
Jordan Con water.
I tell people go into the Jordan Con merch, buy one of the Jordan Con water bottles because you got to support the convention.
Yes.
And then
absolutely.
for the rest
Mhm.
of the time you're there, drink the Jordan Con water.
Wow. Okay. I like this. There's people are asking, so Best, is there a mixology contest planned for Jordan Con? And then Wise One Shelley's in chat saying there should be, and Threefold Talk would win, obviously. If you caught us at Threefold Brunch, there was a lot of drinking happening during that. That was quite fun.
All right.
Jim, they would
I just
upgrade
saw
you
that
to the presidential suite.
We'll have the full bar
bar.
spread then.
There it is.
Absolutely.
Jim, do you have a picture of your supply cabinet? I'm going to call it.
Oh, I do. I'll pull it out. Here.
Yes, you find that and send it to me. I'll pull it up on screen. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the books before we talk. Oh, I should probably tell you what I'm drinking. So it's in a mug, but I am having just a simple hot toddy to keep me going. It's 1:15 in the morning for me, so I wanted something to warm me up a little bit before I have my chilled drink later, because that makes sense. But yeah, I got a massive selection of little sort of tasting whiskeys there in front of the TV from a whiskey advent calendar that my roommate and I decided to get for Christmas. And the ones that are more simple, we're using the hot toddies. The ones that are complex and beautiful, we're enjoying as they should be enjoyed, neat and such. So yeah, that's what I'm drinking. But yeah, let's talk wheel of time, booze and such. So I mean, I do a lot of cooking for the books, but I went trawling through for some of the drinks, and there's not a lot of drinks in Wheel of Time, is there? Apart from sort of the standard things.
No, it's a lot like the religious and spiritual diversity. It just doesn't exist. Everywhere you go,
Ouch,
it's
you're
ale
right,
and
but-
apple brandy. Which, I mean, not a bad thing. You find what works, you find what's good, spread it everywhere.
Yeah, it's a lot of wine. There's brandies. and I couldn't really find much
Usquai.
else. Usquai.
We got the
Usquai. Yeah,
Usquai.
obviously.
You
Yeah.
can't forget the Usquai.
No.
That's true.
Well, the Usquai is a given, so
Mhm.
Yeah.
I-
But
I do like that, when they say there's ale or there's wine, every once in a while you get a description of, it's mulled wine with, shriveled up blueberries in it or whatever the case may be. I do like that every once in a while we get a nice little descriptor of something that makes it like a more refreshing drink or a more hearty, warming drink or something like that. So that was pretty cool.
Yep, they're asking in chat, are we okay for spoilers? Yes, this is a spoiler stream. We're probably not going to hit too many spoilers specifically. We'll talk about a few times people drink in the books, and then talk about how that can, whether we want to see that on screen or just how we want to see drinking on the TV show. But it is a full spoilers. Malkier Talks is generally full spoilers. It's very rare that I'm not full spoilers. So the little banner going across, which my finger will go down to, but the banner going across does say full spoilers. So feel free to put them in. So there's mulled wine, spice wine. We've got brandy. Is there anything else I've missed in that list? I don't think there is there? Apart from the Usquai, obviously.
Ale, yeah.
Not if we're speaking alcoholically. I mean, calf's there, but it's not booze.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it's used in such drinks then, because it can be.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I see in chat a wine punch, so essentially like sangrias, and that's kind of where I was going with that earlier.
So, in terms of the TV show, I'll go you first. Do you want to see more booze, the same booze, less booze?
We always want booze.
I would think there ought to be probably a little more booze, because
do we want specific types?
Booze
do we,
gets used.
I think it's probably okay dealing more with the booze results than the booze for the show. I mean,
okay,
I want more drunk people.
You want more drunk people. So you don't want someone. You don't want. What I'm trying to say is, so you go to a fancy lord's house or something, and they'd be like, here's my port selection or whiskeys or whatever type thing. You're going down to the wine cellar and such. You're not fussed about that.
I mean, listen. Would I enjoy someone sitting down, our main cast, and spending 15 minutes of an episode demonstrating how to make a drink? Absolutely. But is it necessary? No.
Do we want to see men mixing a drink behind the bar?
Why not?
Rather than just pouring some ales.
Yeah, that could be interesting.
Okay. I part of me wants this, and part of me vehemently does not want this. Because I mean, I love to, steep myself in the lore, in the mythos, and get my headspace into a nice Wheel of Time headspace, and putting myself in a tavern where someone's mixing a drink and seeing a scene like that. I feel like there may be space for that later on in the series. But where they're going through information so quickly right now, I feel like I'd be really upset if they were like, we've got
Taking
10
time.
minutes of men, hey, so welcome to the Faldaran Keep. I'll pour you up a little. What can I get? I would be so irritated. I'd be like, really? We skipped Andor so that Min could juggle around a couple of liquor bottles.
You don't want to see a flare
So
in bottles on a Saturday night. Sort of thing,
I would be.
Give us 10 episodes in a season first, then we
That's
can
right.
get 10 minutes on a drink.
At least 10 episodes in a season. I mean,
Okay.
What was the original bill? The original bill was a 2-hour pilot and a 12-episode season. That's what Rafe originally pitched.
I mean, you've got to ask big, because you ask for more than you need, because then when they cut you back, we've got cut back too much, but that's a different conversation.
That's a whole different episode.
All right, so we seem to be pretty set on the idea of we're not interested, maybe later on, but not interested right now, especially right now, in seeing lots of types of different drinks being had and fancy things and all that sort of stuff. What moments of drinking from the books must we see in the TV show? Jim, I'm going to ask you first.
Well, we have to have Elaine having her "it was just one glass of wine" experience. I mean, What a rookie drinking mistake, and so fun. The whole results, even how Nynaeve helps her later as a result. Just good stuff.
Nice. Josh, is there a moment for you? I mean, Daniel in the chat wants to see tipsy housewives of Carrion cornering Rand.
So this is actually where I was
That's
going to go
good.
with this. I actually
That's good.
want to see, the young lord in Carrion playing Dias Tamar with such, verve and then such passion and such skill. And I want like nobles to be standing around being like, and like whole like signals and hand signals and just all the stuff, and have it be
Just sitting
like,
there like with their drinks, nodding knowingly about.
yeah, tinking off of a glass or something. That's stuff I want to see right there. Absolutely.
Okay. And Zach, is there a drinking moment for you that you'd like to see from the books?
Well, I personally, especially because we've already seen some of how bond connections can work, certain individuals need to go and get drunk because Rand and Elaine have some alone time.
Yes.
That would be a really nice one.
Yes.
Yeah. Good callback like that.
Honestly, I'm
like,
more
"What
interested
is
in watching
that?"
the drinking because of it than that scene.
Yeah. Fade to black on that scene, and let's go with the drinking. I want to see 10 minutes of them drinking
I
together.
need to be smashed. Yes,
Any
pretty much how
scene
she is at that point.
Any scene with Birgitta drinking, I'm in. I want there. That has to
Yeah,
stay there.
I want to see. I definitely think that Matt and Brigitte are just like in bars, being buds. I definitely want to see that sort of thing. As is being said in chat, we need more Tom in a pub. Going back to the Elaine, so just one glass of wine type thing. I don't want the Tom thing with that though. But how does it work if we don't have the Tom thing? I was like, that's my trouble there.
I don't think. Yeah, they're not going to do the Tom thing because we've got a different Tom. So that's not going to happen.
It depends on what they do with Tom's character, like how deeply they want to involve him in everything. Because who is Tom? Is just like you said. We definitely got a different Tom in the TV show than we do in the books. So is he still going to be, court bard and Andor, as well as, a little bit of extra duties as assigned?
Extra duties as assigned. I knew it was going to be fun having you on tonight. I mean, I knew it was going to be fun with all of us anyway, but I was just like, Josh and drinking, like, untethered from the Black Tower boys control. I was like, yeah, this is always going to be an experience.
They could have Elaine and Tom, that thing still be a thing, but not to the extreme. Just the connection of past recognition of, I know, you were there, and not all the fawning, and the playing with the mustache. We don't have to go as far. That's all.
There's booze
going. Can't get away with anything. That's great.
We've had a couple of other ideas. So Brigitte and Matt's spilling their guts in every jar. Yep. Obviously the use quiet moment we've mentioned. Matt Stagger says Matt and the menagerie getting drunk after the peddler was absorbed into the road. Ooh. So that's an interesting one. I mean, obviously that depends on whether we get that bubble of evil moment. So okay. Forget Tom, have a dance on the table, would hit on everyone in the bar, save Tom for me, please.
Okay, Alyssa.
Okay. This is Alyssa, right? Isn't it?
Yeah.
Love that.
Nice.
That
I see you.
Okay, yeah, we see you. That's a great one. So that's brilliant. Okay. It just got me giggling. Right. I do have the pictures that you sent me, Jim. So Jim's prowess with alcohol, and you'll see I'm going to get Jim to kind of talk us through. He sent me multiple recipes. I'll let Jim explain why he has multiple recipes and such in a moment. But it's part of their podcast that they do it, Fantasy for the Ages. It's a beautiful touch. It's a lot of fun. And you can see why Jim is the master and why, I mean, I invited everyone here because we all enjoy a good drink and Josh makes his own mead and things like that. But, Jim got invited for a very specific reason. Now let me show you. Like my liquor cabinet is much like this as well, although mine doesn't have a TV mounted on top of it. But this is Zach's liquor cabinet there. You know, okay, we got some drinks going on there. You know, a few different bottles. I love the Vader helmet. That's great. Let me show you what happens when you've upgraded your drink game to something rather stunning. And this is why Jim should be everyone's bartender, folks. This is Jim's cabinets.
Wow.
And I'm sure I've seen this with more than this, Jim.
I was still stocking it at this point. So yes, there is more in it now.
You are
there we go.
so organized.
Look at that. That's beautiful.
Oh. Wow.
The really beautiful thing is that my wife said I could buy it. I didn't have to sell her on it. I was just, she got tired of me taking up all the space in the kitchen cabinet. So get a bar.
Nice.
All right.
I like this. We've had another
Don't
moment
get me
drinking.
wrong.
That's a good moment there. Sorry, go.
No, you're good. I was all ready and glad to move out of the house. I was not ready to move away from the bar.
I think he might miss the bar more than he misses me.
The priorities are there. The priorities are there.
Yeah, as we said, like, oh damn, that's a legit liquor cabinet. Yes,
You
it
miss
is.
your ma, you miss your pa. Yeah, I mean, I miss them. Yeah. But
Yeah,
what do you miss
miss-
most? The liquor cabinet.
Although
So,
when we moved him down there, his first birthday present was that I stocked that liquor cabinet of his that you saw. So that was
Nice.
setting him up in his place.
This TV cabinet here, basically.
He bought the cabinet. I bought the
Yeah,
booze,
that
you
was
see.
the immediately
Nice.
after. It's a little more full now.
I'm
Okay.
sure it is.
I like it.
Fair enough. So, Jim, take us through the alcoholic influence that happens on your podcast, and pick your favorite recipes of the ones you've sent me, or we'll riff it from there, sort of thing.
All right. Well, just there is a simple pleasure in having my son be old enough that we can drink together. So we kind of added that in as an element of our show, that every time we record an episode, we're drinking something. And then it kind of morphed eventually that for our Wheel of Time episodes, which is over half of our content, I started making specifically Wheel of Time themed cocktails, creating stuff, and just trying to figure out something that could kind of go along with what we were talking about that particular day. And then it just kind of grew from there. So yeah, we've come up with some winners. We've come up with some losers. I've got one of those to share with you today too. In fact, because it was so bad.
Oh dear.
But when you're creating, you don't always know what's going to happen. I do share all these with our listeners, and they go in our Discord server on a channel. But yeah, there's all sorts. I'm looking at my list going, what should we start? There's one really simple. It's one that I'd say I cheated. If you want to put the double heron up there.
The double. Oh, I know this one. Oh, this is cheating.
That one you did cheat.
It legitimately is a cheat. It's simply 2 shots of SoCo.
No!
Okay, look at the name on there. It's by the Heron Company right there. We were talking about Rand.
But folks,
Double
let me
Heron.
point out here. Jim likes to make a recipe card for all the drinks that he makes. So even this one being 2 shots of SoCo, got a recipe card.
Absolutely.
Oh my god.
And then there was we had talked to other people who'd made some Wheel of Time cocktail drinks from time to time. So there was a name that inspired me to try something, and I made, yes indeed, the Dark One's Taint.
Yeah.
Put that one
There
up
it is,
there.
folks.
There
Yep.
you go. Got that little film on top.
I like this coaster it's on as well, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Is that a
Indeed.
wolf?
That one is.
love.
The
Yes.
parent heading, I think.
Yes, very nice.
Yeah.
And what is in the
We
dark
love
ones?
the taint.
Yeah.
We love the taint.
Black Tail Boys love the taint. tell Josh what's in the taint, Jim.
For our taint, the only alcohol, we got rum and Southern Comfort. Then it's just some pineapple and simple syrup.
Yes!
Tasty. There it is. Yeah,
I
but
love
it's
it.
all the
Nice.
trick of getting that. I mean, the taint is Southern Comfort, which
Yeah.
some of you would tell me is a taint. Really,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
not real liquor.
Oh yeah.
But It was my first buzz in college. I have a soft spot for Southern Comfort. Come on.
Yeah, it's one of my go-to easy drinks as well, Jim. Don't worry. I love Kevin chat. That doesn't qualify as a cocktail. Has one ingredient going back to the double.
And ice.
I was cheating.
would
I
agree.
admit it.
It's SoCo and ice. That's 2 ingredients.
Oh god.
Yes,
Zach-
just throw in there. It's on the rocks of Shale Ghoul. We're good.
Oh, nice. Double herring on the rocks of Shell. Cool. That's you need to somehow make the
Perfect.
ice black and then it works.
Ooh.
Yeah. If
We
you
can make that happen.
like water coloring in
Black
water
food-
and then
food
make the ice
dye,
cubes.
yeah.
Black
Yeah.
ice cubes. There you've got it. Yes.
I
This is
love
great.
that.
Zach, do you, I may not have it in the list because I didn't think to ask this in advance, but do you have a favorite one that you've made or your dad's made or?
Honestly, probably my favorite so far was I called it the Old Blood of Manetheren. It was an old
honestly thought you were gonna say the
fashioned.
double heron for a second there.
No, but no, it was an old fashioned with and some additional pomegranate liqueur. Gave it some nice fruity notes in there.
Nice.
But it was just nice. It had that red note for that red eagle flying through. It was just
You know,
Very
good.
nice.
you know, you could do for the rocks of Shale Ghoul. You could get. Sorry, my brain is now spinning here on
That's fine.
black ice cubes. But if you wanna like satisfy Kev and some of the other sticklers out there, much love, Kev. Not calling
you
you
listen, Kev?
Kev, but you could get like black cherries,
Freeze them.
macerate those, and freeze those, and use
Yeah.
that for your
Yeah,
ice.
you
component. Then you'd have like a black cherry SoCo,
Yeah.
or whiskey stones. That
Yeah.
works
Honestly,
too.
at that point, if you go with the black cherries, the longer it sits, the longer you drink it, the better it tastes.
Exactly.
This is
You
true.
know, the prettiest one I've made was not very long ago. The Terran Explosion. If you want to
The
show
Terran
that,
explosion.
we did this just near the end of the Dragon Reborn. as we were
Oh
recording.
yes.
Ooh.
I've got to ask you
got
about this
some layers.
glass. Is that an editing error on the glass, or is that a broken glass in the back of that?
That's an editing error there. It's not broken.
I was like-
I had not noticed that yet. That's great.
I was like,
Although
please
about
tell
that
me.
glass, if you look carefully, there is an etching of the wheel. right there on the
I
front
can
side.
see it.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it doesn't show so well with this particular drink, but it's
Yeah.
cool glass. Thank you, Etsy.
Nice.
But that one is very tasty, and you know it came out like it was supposed to, and you get the layered colors. That's kind of fun.
Nice.
Beautiful.
As
Let's see it.
opposed to I highly recommend this one.
Oh, okay.
Not super boozy, just really tasty.
Nice.
You know,
You can do a few of these.
I drink a lot of those whenever I go on cruises, which I haven't been in, a couple years.
Exactly.
But that's a cruising drink right there.
We're also suggesting frozen blackberries in chat for black ice cubes.
Blackberries
That
and
would work
berries
as well,
too.
yeah.
Nice.
Definitely.
Now, I
So-
did bring one drink today that I want to say, when you're going to experiment, if you're going to be that person who wants to try to make your own drinks and come up with things, it won't always work. Don't let it stop
That's
you,
true.
but it won't
Definitely
always
will
work.
not.
So put up the picture of the blue Valda.
The blue.
Okay, this is one,
oh.
we've
Mm.
got this new Eamon Valda, and someone
Oh.
wanted me to do around Christmas time more of a holiday type drink. So I
just
came
noticed
up
there's no
with
proof
this.
on the side here.
I called it
I
the
gotta
Blue
look at this.
Valda.
That's not
And-
even blue.
It's got a bluish tint.
Okay, right.
It didn't come out as blue as I hoped. It's true, because
Needs more
sometimes
blue
they don't
colors.
work. But what was worse is I drank this thing, and then it was phlegmy on my throat the rest of the friggin' recording. It was horrible.
Oh,
I'm
what's in
like
it?
drinking up Blue Valda the rest of the
How
way
do
because
rum, pineapple juice,
the milk
ashes
basically
and-
curdled due to the
Oh, yeah.
pineapple juice. It was a bad combination.
No. As a
Wow.
general rule, I avoid any kind of cream or dairy like the play. If someone says, I even get a little weirded out with like when people want to put like Bailey's Irish cream in something because unless it's like a bomb, like okay, half Bailey's, half whiskey, drop it in a pint of Guinness and chug. Yes, delicious. I love that. If it's not a bomb, if it's someone's gonna pour it up and then present it to me and give it to me, I will put it.
Yeah,
Wow.
exactly. Well,
Um,
we're supposed to hate Valda, clearly,
that works.
and I just have a whole nother reason. So Volta,
Yeah.
yeah.
I love that. There's been a question asked in chat. What does Swan drink?
Fish guts.
And fish guts. I mean, I don't know if Beth meant this to go.
I have an
with
answer,
that
but I
question.
can't say it. It's not very proper.
You can on this show. This is not the Dusty Wheel.
We call this cocktail the Moraine.
Well, you say that. Max Daggett comes in with that. So Max Daggett comes in with an answer. She drinks a moist rain.
Nice. Nicely done, Rajesh. Nice.
To you.
Yes, that's very
That's
good.
Dagger.
You're
That
not
was
drinking
good.
out of a blue cup as well. That was planned.
Yes.
So what I'm hearing is we were all going there. All right.
Yes.
All right. I hear
Yeah,
it now.
we're
Thank you.
all going there, so don't worry. You're quite okay. I love it. It's got me going for a second.
I absolutely love that expansion in the TV show. I'm gonna say it right now.
Yeah.
I absolutely because there's verbiage and text and innuendo and hinting in the books, mostly in New Spring, that Moraine and Swan were more than just friends. And I love that in the TV show because it told me that Rafe and Sarah and the other book reader fans who are making the show, it tells me that they were on Dragon Mount back in the early 2000s and the 90s. They were on Theoryland back in the early 2000s and the 90s. They were on these forums, and they were going for Looney Theory Thursday, and they were talking about Moraine and Swan totally had a relationship, and it made me feel happy to know that there are things that I've seen as themes online for the last 3 decades now that are making it into the show that I kind of felt like, oh, thanks.
Nice. Well, Josh, why don't we carry on the talk of like doing drinks and such, but not talk about that? Why don't you tell folks about, because we mentioned the Ashamaretto. Were we talking on? Were we live when we talked about the Ashamaretto? We were.
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, we were.
absolutely. A whole bunch of new fans for that drink now in the
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Tell
She's a
folks
legend.
about the mixology contest that you do at Black Tower.
Cool. So the Black Tower podcast, every October to celebrate another year of Black Tower podcast madness, we have a gathering of madness. The madness gathers, and it is Daniel and Andrew and myself. We all fly, drive, walk, hitchhike, whatever we got to do to the same place. And we have a big, gigantic Black Tower party. And one of the events that we have always had, that we've had for the past 2 years, is the mixology contest, the Wheel of Time themed mixology contest. And the premise is very simple. Present a drink to us, give us the recipe, give us the the story behind it and the name of the drink, and make it Wheel of Time themed. And then we usually have a couple different criteria for how to win. Do you win because you've got the best story? Do you win because you've got the best name? Do you win because it tastes damn good? Do you win because it's unique? It's kind of a growing, evolving thing because we've only done it twice. But this last time, funny enough, Jim was a winner on the mixology contest. So congratulations.
Kind of had to represent now,
sir.
Had
Yeah.
to.
What was the winning drink?
It was the Four Kings.
The Four Kings.
The Four Kings and a peachy crown.
Yep.
Did you send any of those to me?
I did not, because if you drink it, it may kill you.
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
So
That's
here's
fair.
the fun part. We will make these drinks, okay? All of them.
Oh yeah, they
They
do.
will be served and we will drink them. And I actually give the disclaimer numerous times throughout the evening. Look, I'm going to take a drink of it and then I'm going to set it down. Now, that does not mean we are not drinking them. It just means I have a live stream to get through. And if you want me, like, by the end of it going, sure, cool, we can do that. That's not quality streaming, though. Maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe there are people.
And there are people streaming all sorts of things in this world. So who knows? Who knows?
You're not wrong. But the Four Kings was one of those drinks that was just like, I took a drink of it and I went, woo, yo! It was good. I was surprised it was as good as it was, given how boozy it was. Because I don't not like boozy drinks, but when it gets to be really, really boozy, sometimes I have a hard time with it. And I got to tell you, man, that Four Kings was good stuff.
Yeah, Rob, I did look up the picture and recipe. It's in the Discord now. If you want to grab it, it's there.
Oh yeah.
The problem
This
with
doesn't
it,
even look that boozy though. This
but
is going
it's
to
The problem
straight
is
booze.
everything
That's
about
the
it
problem.
is just
There's nothing
all liquor.
else.
And that's the danger of the Four Kings.
It
If you don't
tastes
keep
tasty.
your wits about you,
See,
it'll take
yeah.
you for a ride. And I just loved it.
Okay, 1 second. Let me bring those up. I love this. This is. Oh dear! What are
And
we
I
doing?
did drink it. I do enjoy the drink. It's just, it packs a bit of a punch.
Well, and I
Probably
believe you
was
were
a more
on our
entertaining
show.
episode.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the Four Kings. Nice,
Yep.
Good book. Good book placement. I'm gonna say a lot of these pictures have like really good book placement in them, Jim. Like you really think about the picture you're taking. I'm very
we
impressed.
try. Yeah.
Let's have a look at this recipe. I'm kind of I
It's
haven't looked at this
quality
yet. I'm kind of
content,
scared
that's
to
what
look
it
at this.
Yeah. Vodka,
For a larger
gin,
drink, double or
rum,
triple it.
Tequila, Crown
And
Royal.
notice there's nothing, it's not like, and we'll throw in a little softer triple sec or no, they're all just bam, bam, bam. They're hard. They're hard hitting. It's true.
Oh, God.
And
it's,
the
like I said,
Black Tower
it's
boys, they drank it. They did.
Yeah,
They didn't finish it because they have
on,
sanity.
on screen.
on stream. Yeah.
We didn't
And you-
finish it on screen. But I can tell you this, that night, the level of debauchery that took place in Andrew's apartment. Andrew, I'm sorry. I will never not apologize.
Nice. And you
It was
make
a
a
good
recipe
night.
book out of these, don't you, Josh?
Yes. So it's a bit of a gag at this point in time, because the first year we had wanted to make a recipe book and we didn't. We tried and we got printing delays and shipping delays and supply delays, and it was bad. But the next year, which was just this last October, Andrew did put it together into a book, got it to a printing company. We did receive proofs of the recipe book, and it should be available soon. I don't know when yet, but we did approve the master. We did approve that, and it should be coming. And so that's going to go out to all of our Patreons who were Patreons during the Gathering Madness. And then I believe we've got a couple of additional copies. Don't quote me on this, but I believe we got a couple additional copies for giveaways and for sale. So,
Disclaimer, folks, he is drinking right now.
I am.
Yeah, don't quote him.
Yeah.
Zach, did you put in a drink to this contest, or
Congratulations,
did you just
Shelley.
leave it up to Jim?
I did not at that point. I've stepped up my game in the last
He
month or
has.
two. But
Okay.
before then, it was often my dad makes something and I'm drinking. Did I put in the effort to actually make something? No, I was 21. If it's alcoholic, it was good enough for me.
Put it in my body.
All right. So let's talk about what drinks we're all. I'm saying this now. Josh, did you? Are you prepared? You've got something to make, or you?
I do have something to
You
make.
do. I thought you did, and I was like, you know what? I'd better just triple check that to be safe. Zach,
You never can tell with me.
you never can tell these days. This is great. Let's start with you, Zach. I know you've pre-made yours, so we'll
Yes.
ease in. What did you pre-make? Like you named it earlier, but like what? How did you make it? What goes in it?
What is in the gentle man apart from sadness?
What? Yes. What is it?
And
So-
emptiness.
The important thing to note is spelling. It's not the gentled man, it is the gentled man with an I.
The gentled man.
Oh.
Oh.
Because you take your nice 2 ounces of gin, you just throw it in there, and then I'm blanking and I'm gonna need help.
Okay.
It is a red mixer.
Grenadine?
Thank you, grenadine.
There it is.
And this
Looks-
is why
looks
he's
a
the
lot like
Padawan
this,
and
yeah.
Jim
It's that
is
one.
There we go.
So you throw in about half an ounce of the grenadine, some orange bitters here and there, mix it all up, and then just garnish with some cherries. It's nice. It's smooth. It again feels kind of like an old fashioned, but a gin take on it,
Okay.
with still that red Aja flair.
Nice.
I feel
I-
like I raised my son right. I mean,
Yes.
You
doing me proud,
should
son.
be a very proud
me
father.
proud.
That
Mhm.
sounds amazing. I want a
That's-
recipe card.
I was
Yeah.
drinking Bud Light at his age, so I definitely did better with the next
I was
generation.
drinking like crappy cider at his age. Well, I still drink crappy cider, but that's
This
just
Bud
casual,
Light
but-
stuff is good.
Oh God.
It's embarrassing now.
I think
It
the word you
truly
meant there
is.
was cheap.
Mm.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
also true.
Are those different?
Oh,
Nice. I like it. Okay. Oh, you need to make a recipe card for this, Zach. I did tell
Definitely.
everybody that the drinks that we talk about tonight would be turned into cards or put around or like tweeted or something. So make it up, send it to me, and I'll put them all in a little tweet thread together. So we can send that out. Josh, what are you going to make for us?
all right. Here we go. I am tooting the horn for my good friend Almond Bunt. This is the
Okay.
Almond Bunt. Okay, you can't really see the glass.
You can't really see. Maybe put it in front of you. Oh, there we go. It's your arm. Your arm.
There we
There we
go.
go.
There you go. Right there.
So we're going to start with a little bit of Crown. Now, I'm not going to measure these out, but you probably should. We're going to go 1.5 ounces of Crown. That's about enough.
Sounds good.
Then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get some sour apple pucker. Or if you'd like, you may use the 99 apples, which is also quite delicious. Now you're only going to want 0.5 ounce. You don't want to overpower this.
Okay. He does sound like he's giving a lesson right now, doesn't he? Like,
Now-
I love it. This is great.
For the final phase, you will finish this off with some cranberry juice.
Mm.
All right. You just
Okay.
need 2 ounces of cranberry. Now, you notice my master abilities at measuring while pouring. Bam. Right there.
Perfect 2 ounces.
Perfect 2 ounces.
Love
Just
it.
get-
Love it.
Actually, it's 1.7. I'm just going to just throw a little bit more.
Oh, just the splash. Yeah.
Now,
There we
the
go.
reason why, and then I forgot, you got to get your mixer and mix it up good.
Yep. Give it a little stabby stab, as we say on Threefold Talk.
Now, the reason why it's the almond bunt is because it gives you a hint of apples. And there's a bit of trivia for you. Who knows why almond bunt is connected to apples in the Wheel of Time books?
I
Correct
feel like
me
that's a
when I'm
question
wrong.
for chat.
Oh, go
But
for
feel free to answer, Zach.
it.
Well,
I'm going to be wrong, so we'll give chat a little while.
We'll give
Get
chat
some
a
answers
little while
first.
together. Okay. So, how did you stumble across this? I didn't ask you, Zach, how you stumbled across yours. But we'll ask you in a sec. Josh, how did you stumble across this? Did you just make it up tonight, or?
So it's a variation on a Washington red apple.
Okay.
That's what it is. So I'm kind of cheating tonight. Okay.
Yeah,
You called
that's
me
fine.
out. Cool.
No,
Thanks,
you're
buddy.
talking to the guy who repurposes dad jokes to make them tan jokes. So you're right. Look, repurposing is totally fine because you are making it your own. So this is fine. Zach, how did you? What inspired your drink tonight? The gin tonic.
Truthfully, I still had. I don't really drink gin a lot, but I had some left over from making a drink for a Witcher episode that we did actually, that I made based on a potion. And went, what can I make with that? What can I make with that? And I was thinking about it for about a week, and eventually was like, this will work.
Nice. Cool. All right,
Chat
we're
got
getting. Yep, chat are getting it. So.
Yep.
They got it. Well done,
yeah.
guys.
Running
Yeah.
the orchards.
Almond
Takes over.
bunt.
Kev, who is Almond Bunt, a lot of places, yep. So he's a farmer made all
He's
these-
also the old farmer who gives Rand and Matt a
The
ride.
cart ride, right?
Yeah.
Yes, the cat right.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's everywhere.
He's everywhere indeed.
He's every man.
He is.
He is.
He's
All
Santa
right.
Claus.
Jim, do you want to go next or do you want to go last? I'll give you a choice.
So it's got my fancy glass.
I'll go last. Go ahead,
Okay.
Bob.
All right. That's fine. So mine is I was fully prepared for this live stream, obviously, ladies and gents. And I got home tonight after work. It was just like, I am so ready for this live stream. This is going to be lots of fun. And then I looked and I was like, I don't have anything proper to mix my drinks with. Oh dear, what have I done? And so I have created, thanks to, I'm going to give credit to my roommate who is not here, obviously, he's gone to bed. It's 2 o'clock in the morning.
Dedication to
She's
Rob
sensible,
and
yeah.
his dedication.
We decided to, we tried to think of something. So we're big tea drinkers. My roommate Kayla more than me. But we have a wide selection of
You guys are from the
herbal
UK
teas
and you
such.
drink tea?
I know, but no, don't just think
Couldn't-
of every tea
couldn't
bags. Like, we got loose leaf tea.
cliche,
Like,
yeah.
we're racking this shit up. So
Okay.
we looked at her tea selection and we found a fiery chai. And I do mean a fiery chai. Like, this has got some kick to it type thing. So I brewed up a nice bit of fiery chai tea. Okay. And then chilled it down in the fridge. This has got honey mixed in with it as well, just a little bit. Okay. So we're going to take this. I'm going to put it. You'll see why this is the glass I've chosen in a second. So you want to fill that up about 3/4 of the way. Okay. So about half the tea. And then we are going to mix that, excuse me, I'll lean over him, with some bullet bourbon. Okay. So you want about a shot of that. I don't know what ounces are in the UK. We just do shots of stuff. So we're going to go for a shot of that. Try not to pour it all over your computer, Rob.
That was well done, actually. A good stop right there.
Yeah, I used to work at a bar. Now I work in the kitchen instead because I don't like people in a bar. Just to be clear about that, drinking
Fair.
people. So, and then lift that up so you can see. There we go. Pour that all in. Again, try not to pour it all over my computer.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And I have
Mike-
no idea what this is going to taste like. But I have named this a thread of fire.
Okay, so
we're gonna
here's what you should do. Like, give it a smell and then take like a good mouthful and give us your honest, blunt reaction.
I mean, it smells really good. I've got to be honest. I'm also a little nervous.
There it is. There it is.
Oh, that's great.
Is it?
Oh, that's amazing.
There we
Oh
go.
yeah, that's really good. So you get the bourbon in there. You get the bourbon flavor in there first, and then the fiery chai just sits right at the back of your mouth and just tingles.
Nice.
And the honey just blends them together really nicely. So that is perfect. Oh, I think we've just lost Josh there.
First, we lost his background. Then we lost
Yep,
him.
and then we've lost Josh. Hopefully he'll come back.
He might have
Thank
jumped
God
off.
he's already
Nick's
done his drink.
background.
A flamingo. Yes, I should start doing a drink section. I did do a tea video for a while. I did do a tea video once. I think we got him back. Josh, are you there?
There he is.
And in the background, too. Look at that.
My computer is having issues.
Look, I did it before
Yep.
the live stream.
Nope.
Then Zach, when we started, your turn.
Yeah,
So
Jim, you're up.
Jim just after the drink.
I'm knocking on wood right now, man. I'm knocking. Holy crap.
But yeah, no, I highly recommend this. A thread
Bullseye.
of fire, folks. This is going to be like a drink this chilled. Going to be my go-to drink of the summer, I think. So it really mixes well. Yeah. So that's
Awesome.
sometimes I make drinks. I'm just like, ooh. I will tell a story once. It's got nothing to do with Wheel of Time, but I will tell a story about finding drinks together. So I used to live in New Zealand for a while, and it was like, two days before payday, my roommates were throwing a party. I had no money for booze. I was like, what have I got left? Because it's like after the holidays. So, we bought lots in for the holidays. What have I got left? I've got a bottle of tequila. I'm drinking tequila. Okay. What have I got mixer-wise in the cupboard? All I had in the cupboard was ginger ale. I was like, okay, I'm drinking tequila and ginger ale.
Ooh.
Let's see what that tastes like. Folks, that's one of the best things I've ever had. Ginger ale removed
Fair
all
enough.
of the nasty kick from the tequila and just left a lovely flavor. So
Your end
There
of
you
the
go.
night tequila mixer drink story is way better than mine. Because my brother and I were up all night. We were drinking, having a great time, watching movies, and we noticed it was 2 a.m. We had finished off a bottle of whatever and finished off a bottle of whatever and finished off a bottle of whatever. And what it came down to is we had tequila and Pepsi.
Ooh.
And we mixed it, and we were, drunk, of course, at the time. We were like, Ooh,
This tastes great.
This is really good. This is surprisingly good. How we discovered something amazing? And the next morning, we both looked at each other and went, tequila and Pepsi. It was not good.
No, everything
So,
tastes great when you're that far
I
through
am
the night.
so happy, Rob, that your story has a happy ending.
I lucked out. Let's be honest. If it didn't, I was going to make one, and if it didn't taste great, I was going to be like, do you know what? I'm going to do shots of tequila and little glasses of just ginger ale and drink it separately throughout the night. It's my backup plan. But I lucked out, and occasionally I do drink it. So, yeah. But Jim, touching wood for your connection now.
This will be the time, man. This will be the time.
This would be the time, wouldn't it? You have a fancy glass as well. Like Zach, I don't know about you, but I mean, okay, mine's etched, and it's the powers because it's a thread of fire. So I picked an appropriate glass, but I don't have a fancy little.
Yeah, no, the best I got
glass.
was a wonderful birthday present from my dad because he decided after supplying booze, he should give me something to drink it in. I had coffee mugs otherwise. So
now to take it to the next cool level, that was actually your mother's idea.
Oh.
Glad to know you both support me.
Real
Absolutely.
quick, in case any of you are unfamiliar with this cup, I have been drinking out of these cups for decades now. This cup is on sale if you go to EskimoJoes.com. It's a restaurant / merchandising store in Stillwater, Oklahoma, place of my birth.
Josh, did you get us a sponsorship deal and not tell me?
Now, the cool thing about this cup that a lot of people don't realize, there's a small line etched on the inside of the cup. Okay? That's the pour line. That's how you get the perfect pour every time. You pour in your liquor, and then you pour in your mixer, and you get the perfect pour every time.
Voila.
And it's plastic, so if you drop it, it won't break. Eskimo Joe's. Just saying.
I like it. Well, Pedro Nile has one, and Pedro Niles is pink. So
there it is. Pedro
You're not going to lose that amongst all the cupboards, all the ones in the cupboard and stuff. So yeah, I like it. All right, Jim. Tales have been told. We have awaited your creation.
I have created a new WoTail just for this. Absolutely. I'm going to make it on screen. I'm going to adjust my camera so you can see it as it comes into being here.
See, Jim is far more professional than I am. You see, Jim makes them all the time. This is the first time I've made mine.
I'm glad you guys made me go before Jim.
Yeah, this is why I was like, Jim, do you want to come last? Jim prepped me. He knew.
Looking out, Rob. Thank you.
Yeah. I feel like I'm going to make Jim full screen as well. 1 second. There we go.
All right. I'm going to make the drink. Then I'm going to tell a little story, and then I'll give you the name. Okay. So the first step of this drink is simply a shot of vodka. Now, this is an important drink. I'm using the real cheap vodka here for mixing in drinks, but you can change this drink's profile in all sorts of ways simply by changing the vodka. You can go higher class vodka. You can go flavored vodka. This will come out really good with like a lemon or some other fruity type vodka. But all right, we start with simply 1 shot of vodka, and in it goes. And of course, if you really want to upscale this, you'd chill this glass, but
or do like one of those bartender things where they get a big ice
I made
chunk.
you, yeah. I've pulled you away from your refrigerator, so yeah, that's. We'll blame
Next,
Rob
we're gonna
for
put
that,
a little Grand Marnier in. Now, this we're just gonna just a splash. You don't want to overdo this. And this one's almost empty, so it's easy to not overdo it. There we go.
I love me some Grand Marnier.
Lovely.
All right. Next, we're gonna hit some Malibu rum in here. Okay, get a little coconut flavor.
Okay.
Now, for this one, again, putting in another shot. But we're going to start layering these a little bit. So we're going to use a technique to make it not stir. So I'm going to use a simple tablespoon. I'm going to pour it over the tablespoon so it kind of diffuses everywhere without messing it up quite so much.
Fantastic.
And then
suggesting Grey Goose for the vodka.
Let's get some color, some melon flavor in here. So a little Midori.
I love Midori.
Shot of Midori goes in here. This was almost impossible to find early in the pandemic, and
It was
Once
Nowhere.
Midori showed up again, I knew we were going to be all right. Okay. Now we're just going to layer that on top.
A Japanese
Okay.
melon liqueur. You cannot go wrong.
Yeah, I love it. Like Dana Luhu has Malibu Black in her calf right now.
Ooh,
Beth is loving
Nice.
this. You're hitting all the right buttons here, Jim. So
Now we're going to just a couple splashes of grenadine. I kind of got a big splash in the one, so that'll do. And
one of the things I've done with grenadine in the past is you do a capful.
there we go. And then a little splash pineapple juice.
okay.
All right, and now I'm going to tilt this camera back up because I want you to see the layers.
Oh my god.
Oh, that worked
wow.
out.
Pretty looking drink here.
Yes.
And if you could see, there's actually the pineapple juice starts to swirl on the inside a little there. It's
Oh
you
my
can kind of
god.
see it there.
that's very
This
cool.
is a very Caribbean flavor. The Malibu rum comes through strong. Add the melon in there. So as I created this drink, and then I'm thinking, wow, this taste. I would want this on a beach. And then I went, where do I know a good beach in the Wheel of Time? Tanchico. And what would I do with this drink? This is my tanning in Tanchico.
sun
you go.
coming down. This is beautiful, sir.
It's perfect.
It is beautiful. Oh,
That is
that's good.
stunning. I love it. I love it. Congratulations.
That's
It's a beautiful drink as
beautiful.
well. It looks good. Like mine is just like here's some brown. dirty water, you know.
Here's some red. You
Yeah.
got the brown over there,
You know,
the red
this-
over here.
Folks, this is why Fantasy for the Ages are the drink aficionados that like I invited Josh in here because Josh is hilarious and Josh has some great drinks and he makes mead from scratch. Don't you, Josh? You make mead from scratch.
I do.
Exactly.
I am a
He is
mead
knowledgeable about
maker.
drinks like hard out. But I was like, to polish up from me and Josh, just like the stuff we're gonna do. I need some fancy guys on here. Like, this is look at these drinks they're making over here. Fantasy for the Ages. Look at that. Very, very nice. So that's a beautiful.
Perfect. It's beautiful. That was.
This is
I-
definitely no Blue Valda. I'll tell you that. No
I'm
Blue Valda.
moved.
Did you make this in advance? Did you try this prior, or did you like?
I did try it earlier today for my wife. She may be passed out after drinking it now. I don't know. She liked it. She liked it.
I'm picking up a theme here, Jim, and that is when we drink beverages from you, we need to be careful.
Yes.
I mean, some of them might be, but also, is his go-to a Long Island? Yes. Is that multiple
What's wrong
every
with a
evening?
Long
That
Island?
is that? It's
Jim,
well,
don't need
it's
to kick
just
him out the
all
street
booze.
now.
Rob, there's nothing wrong with the Long Island.
It's
now,
not all booze.
now
Jim.
the third
It's
Long
Zach.
Island, that's where you start to have a problem.
Right, I'm going to ask chat tonight. By the way, I'm going to ask who made the best drink. So,
Oh,
I mean,
is that
it-
even a
That
question?
doesn't feel fair.
It doesn't feel fair. Does it?
I gotta say though, for me, me personally, it would go to Jim barely over Zach for one reason and one reason only, because visually, I'm a whore for the visual. Okay, I love it. And that layering shit gets me every time.
Oh yeah.
As far as the story and the flavor and everything like that, you guys were neck and neck. It was all the way up until Jim had the layering there, and
Yeah,
that's it.
I think Jim made the prettiest cocktail. I definitely made the most unprettiest cocktail today.
But it's
So-
tasty, and that's what matters.
Tastes great. I mean, it's
Yeah.
a thread of fire. It's not meant to look pretty, is it? So,
Not to mention, Rob, if we're including things we made before stream today, I think I've got you beat with something that was worse looking.
oh,
It was meant to have a layer of Baileys on top. It
Whoa.
mixed with the Coke inside of it and just curdled all throughout.
No.
I'm sorry, Coke?
Yeah, it was a
That's right. My
textured
son did
drink.
Coke today. Yes.
Hey, all right.
For
What?
the reason I did not
Beep
bring
that
that
bit
one,
out.
it tasted okay. Not gonna make it again.
Fair enough.
You guys talking about Coke? I don't do it, but I mean, if you had some,
Okay.
I mean, I'm just
Oh
saying.
boy.
That's great. I love all the drinks we've made here. Honestly, Josh, I thought you were going to be like make some mead or something, not from scratch right now. Obviously, you can't make it like in
It takes a little bit longer. A little longer.
It takes a
process,
little bit
yeah.
longer.
I've actually made friends with the local beehive supply company. I have a beehive outside.
Wow.
One day I hope to harvest honey from it. Apparently, for the first couple seasons in Utah, they don't really produce a lot of honey. They're just trying to survive, and they've got to establish themselves before you can start harvesting honey from them. But one of these days, I hope to make my own batch of mead with my own honey, and that will be exciting.
Nice.
I'm very excited for that.
I'm getting some. I need to address chat for a second here. Like, so Beth put this in here. Like, let's be clear. My name is the token wetlander, Beth. Okay, so before people come in here like Threefold Talk is highbrow as fuck. I'm not insulting or anything like that. Like, I love the floppy water sticks and that. Like, I'm the token wetlander. I'm supposed to make shit like this. Okay,
Rob does not have any toe. Shit. Maybe
it's like my co-host coming in chat now. They already upset that I didn't invite them to this Usquai party.
Oh goodness.
Well, maybe they should make some Usquai.
Well, it did. You need to, folks. You need to go back and catch. Do you know what? I never actually cut that out for ourselves and put that up. I will cut out the threefold brunch because that's hilarious. The threefold brunch, particularly Melindra. She was there, like talking about wetlanders with floppy water sticks. There was celery. And it was priceless. So, okay. So I want to talk. Like, it sounds weird to say this now, but I want to talk. Yeah, poll. Who's the drunkest right now? That's a good question, actually. Let's end this poll here. I'll put in chat. Clearly, Jim won. So congratulations, Jim.
Oh yeah,
Well
with
done,
the best
sir.
cocktail.
Thank you, everyone.
78,
Thank you.
So what's that? 61%.
Hey, I got 7%. That means I got like 1 or 2 votes.
Yeah, Zach, you and I got 15 apiece. So
Last place.
Okay.
Cool. That's
No.
cool. Love you
4.
guys. Shit.
Who is the drunkest? This is potent. I gotta be honest.
This might be one I win.
Is this the one you usually? No, I'm joking. Josh first, then Jim, and then add option. There we go. I love this new polling feature of you. It's not new, but I'm still going to call it new anyway.
Almond bunt is gone.
There we go. And that's being asked in chat. That's brilliant. So, Nudge. This is a weird way to start it, but you'll get where I'm going with this very quickly. So, merch is obviously a big thing for TV shows. We expect Wheel of Time to be a big thing. Okay,
Waiting for the action figures.
Yeah, action figures, pop figures, like clothing, cosplay, weapons. I have in my cookbook, in my drinks cabinet, I have a cocktail book from Star Trek.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very sad to say that I haven't made anything out of it yet, but I've looked through it and there are some amazing ones in there. It was just like I got it for my birthday, and then the year was crazy with the pandemic and stuff, and we just haven't got there yet, sort of thing. But
how's your Romulan ale? That's what I want to know. How's your Romulan ale?
Do we want drink merch from Wheel of Time, or do we want to make it ourselves?
Okay. So first off, I can't let this go. You have a Star Trek cocktail.
I'll get it. Give me a second.
Book. And Star Trek has an amazing cocktail variety for 2 reasons. Okay? And I will die on this hill for 3 reasons.
I don't think you have to die on it. We're here.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, you don't. Yeah, you're nerds here. You don't need to die on it.
Quark, the finest bartender in all of Star Trekdom. Guinan, the second finest bartender.
Ooh, them's fighting words. Guinan second.
Guinan is second. I'm sorry. Guinan, nobody came to Guinan for drinks. Everybody came to Guinan for advice.
It's true.
Everybody came to Quark for drinks.
You're with okay, yeah, fair. I'm going to give you that one. Yeah,
And then the
Right.
third is Klingon blood wine. Done. That's the three
wait, is
reasons.
Klingon blood wine?
Is it in there?
I don't know. I need to go looking now.
It should be.
Sorry, folks. We're having a Star Trek sort of.
We're having
zipper right now.
a tangent. This tangents happen often at the Black Tower.
Shelley,
just
I do
bringing
apologize.
that
I'm sorry,
to
Shelley.
the-
I was saving this for when we see each other at Jordan Con or something. I don't know. Hopefully
That's what he
yeah, bad,
says.
but,
That's what he says.
Zach, I think the chat wants to card you. Is what I'm seeing right
I
now.
think so. I'm like, did I shave too
What is
recently?
this?
What's going on?
What is that? Have I missed something?
Z2 Spring. Put that one up there.
Wait, I look like a grown man? Oh, wow. Okay. That's a first.
It's okay. Babyface Rob moving up in the world.
I know, right? And that means there's hope for you as well at some point, Zach. Don't worry. So, you know.
And maybe one day.
But there's Quark does a drink that I can't remember the name of it, but it's a something sunrise, and when you serve the drink, you give it to him, and then he flicks
yes.
it, and it like changes colors.
Yes.
And I want it.
Oh God, I'm doing a DS9 rewatch on my rewatch.
I do remember
it's
that,
a rewatch.
but I
for me,
can't
but
tell
I
you the
watched
name.
first watch first.
Wow.
Oh,
Chat,
is
what
a
was
sunrise.
it?
Yes, come on, help us out with that.
Come on, research
There is
team.
no Klingon blood wine in this book. The closest you've got is a Klingon Bird of Prey. Okay,
So,
page
Again,
113.
sorry for the tangent here, but there are a species of bees
Very green. Perfect.
that don't feed on flower pollen. They actually feed on meat. And they eat the meat and they take it back. Look them up. Okay.
So those are the ones actually after us.
They take
Crap.
the meat food that they take it back to their hive. They make honey out of the meat, the dead meat that they find. Their carry-on. And I feel like if I made mead out of dead meat honey, that would qualify as Klingon blood wine.
Why not?
Works
It
for
would be
me.
a cousin to it at the very least.
Holodecks also, yes, Shelley.
Yes.
I don't care though. I will drink any mead you manage to create at some point. That's
Yeah.
if it's from your honey, man. I want to try. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, Josh, you'll have to send me the recipe, and I will try and find equipment, and I'll make some mead for when you come with the Gathering Madness, the next one, because obviously you're hoping to make it to my neck of the woods.
We're hoping the next Gathering Madness is in the UK.
Yes.
Whoa.
I'll
that would
announce
be
that officially
awesome.
right now. That is the hope. Okay, we are working to make that happen.
He announces as he wins drunk award for this.
Yeah,
Oh,
once
one
shit.
just now. Just
Let
so
me close that poll.
I don't know if he did win, but I'm guessing.
Zach,
wouldn't
I'm
be
sensing a
surprised.
theme tonight with the polls, by the way, Zach. Let me watch this pop
Are
in
we
the chat.
tied
Look,
again?
Josh 57, Jim 28. You and I get 7% apiece.
Andrew and
We'll
Daniel
take
are
it.
like, God damn it,
Like,
Josh,
look, let me
stop."
move this around. Okay, right. So, Josh, you can go up there. Okay, I'm gonna hang out with like my buddy over here. Maybe I look younger now. Like maybe I look too small. So.
Oh, you careful. You're gonna get carded too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know-
It's all right. Dad's up there. It's okay.
If I get carded, I'm like, thank you.
Right.
Thank you. Oh,
I
yeah.
tell people when they card me, I say, "Good," because I am not 21. And I know it's dad humor. Okay,
Hey,
sorry.
I'm down for that. It's all good. Don't you worry. So I should that should be a joke. Surely I need to make that into a joke somewhere. So
Should be a joke somehow.
okay. So yeah. So going back to the Wheel of Time stuff because that's kind of why we're here. We're having fun. But yeah.
A little bit.
Do we want Amazon to make us a drink cocktail book, or do we
Yes.
want them to absorb ours and be, just let
Ooh.
us create them and put them out there? Like,
I think
I would love
like,
to see them push out our drinks, the fan
That.
base. Let
Yes.
them contribute the drinks, but Amazon with its muscle be the one that produce and push it out. Oh, that would be sweet.
So
yeah.
And honestly, I feel like Amazon would be willing to do something like that because they'd absolutely steal someone else's work to get money. Sorry, did I say that?
Oh!
I'm not sponsored by Amazon. You can absolutely say that. You're fine.
I see both of your points, and there's a part of me that says, look, Amazon don't care. Amazon's going to be like, put together a cocktail list. It doesn't matter what's in it. Slap the names on it, send it out, call it good, whatever. But with this production, nice pour.
Look at Rob showing off, man.
Right? He's
I
fucking.
thought the previous one I was like measuring and trying to be nice, and you didn't see any of the work, so I was like, "Fine, I'm just going to straighten the glass."
What was that? Was it Cocktail with Tom Cruise? Yeah,
Yep.
Cocktail.
Yep.
I hate that movie.
Oh, I don't really like it either, but I
movie.
did watch it.
If you actually
Zach wasn't
make-
born yet.
It's horrible.
Oh, if you watch him make the cocktails, he
It's
is the
the
most
worst.
disastrous person in the world making those cocktails. He's making like a Blue Lagoon or something, and he's like
And he's like-
battering it around, like just doing this in the glass, and there's just like liquid going everywhere, and the shaker's like 3/4 full, and there's just like blue crap in the glass. It's like,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
your cocktail.
No, it
like,
was
I'm
bad.
amazing.
It was
It's
bad.
like, Tom, take a lesson in making cocktails, because aside from your acting, you don't look like you're
Rob,
making a cocktail.
Rob,
You look like
it-
you're having a spaz.
It was
Sorry.
the 80s, man. They didn't care about that back then.
Well, they should care now. So
I forgot what I was saying, though. Oh, Amazon
Yeah,
can
sorry.
definitely do that. The big thing that I see with this production that is sort of unique to this production, we actually have. Well, I guess I'm not going to say it's unique to this production. I'm going to say it's rare, because I feel like there were a lot of Lord of the Rings fans who made the Lord of the Rings movies. There are a lot of Lord of the Rings fans who are making the Lord of the Rings TV show. I feel like the Wheel of Time TV show is a little bit more special because we're a little bit more niche. We're not nearly as mainstream as Lord of the Rings. So I'm hoping that if we were to receive a cocktail recipe book, which I hope we do receive, I hope and I believe that the showrunners have some sort of influence to be like, look, we've got content creators out there. Let's include them. They're doing this already for us. Let's pull this in there, slap their name on it, and call it a day. Now, are we going to make a lot of money off of it? Because probably not. Our involvement will probably be the joy of knowing that we can.
Yeah, we don't really care. It's an act.
And that's all we
Yeah.
really kind of need.
I mean, we sat here for over an hour just chatting about like booze based on the books. I think we spent
Yeah.
the first 20 minutes maybe talking about the books themselves, and now we're like, now let's talk about booze, but it's booze that we've been influenced to pick based on the books. So
I will
yeah,
say,
we would definitely dedicate a cocktail to that. I would happily say, here, take this recipe.
when it comes to like specifically the books, and when we talk about, and I know I'm kind of jumping back in time here because my brain. When it comes to alcohol scenes in the books, and I just thought of this, and this is something that I've always loved and I've always felt in my heart, the one scene that I absolutely need in here is when Perrin goes back to the Two Rivers,
Mm-hmm.
and Master Alvear pours him a glass of the brandy
Mhm.
and hands it to him. And that's sort of a big moment for Perrin. Perrin kind of looks down and goes,
Yeah.
"You just poured me brandy. Am I an adult? Oh my God, I'm an adult."
Yeah, Zach, if you want to know how that feels, 1 second. That's how that feels.
no!
There we go.
There we go. I was like, how do I get back down there? I was trying.
No, that's just. I mean, there are in real life, there are themes of if the family gets together for Christmas, what do the kids get? The kids get sparkling grape juice.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else gets champagne, right?
Mhm.
And then there's that first holiday when the family has a family toast and they give you champagne and not the sparkling grape juice. And it's a big moment. Like, as a person, it's a big moment. It signifies that, hey, the family is acknowledging you as an adult rather than one of the kids. Now, you may still have to sit at the small table because the big table's full. But the fact of the matter is that your glass was filled with the champagne. So alcohol, and alcoholic beverages, they do actually play a significant role in our own society. And this is one of the things that I think that Robert Jordan does so well in the books, is that he portrays the beverages as a role in society, where Matt goes to a bar and he wants ale. Well, as Matt climbs sort of the social ladder and becomes more of a, he's not a lord, but he starts drinking wine rather than ale. And Perrin, going back, and Master Alveolar hands him, a peach brandy and, or an apple brandy, and says, here. And he's kind of going, oh my God, there are significant societal benchmarks with this theme that I really, really enjoy.
Now that you mention it, that Perrin scene really is beautiful. We're absolutely not getting it in the show. Just because they aged up all of our characters to an extent. They put them a little bit later in life. And so I think they're already at a point. They don't have that. They don't have that coming of age alcoholness.
Damn it, Zach!
Oh, wow, Jim, that picture. Oh, 1 second. That's a great picture, Jim. Nicely done. Nicely done, sir. Oh, 1 second.
I'm scared.
No, it's a good one for you, son.
Don't be scared.
We share our love of fantasy and everything we do together, and then finally, you were a real boy.
Yeah, you
turning
were a
into
real
a man.
Boy. That's a very good point. Okay, so let's go back to the books. As Beth Weston said, where is it? 7 minutes. That's how long we spoke about the book. We've been live for an hour and 18 minutes and spent 7 on the books, apparently. To be fair, that was that was a bit.
It's a Wheel of Time themed live.
Yes, but we didn't do. Yeah, this was always going to be a lot of, a lot of ad-libbing and banter about, booze and drinking. This was always. I'd always planned for this to be just a fun kind of.
Sobriety was never an option.
Exactly, sobriety was never an option. Yeah, this is always going to be that kind of episode. But
thanks, Beth. Love you too.
We love you, Beth. Don't worry, we love you, Beth. I love you, even if the others don't. I promise. No, but that's a really good point you brought up there, Zach. So we might still get the brandy moment, but we're not going to get the realization from Perrin that you're seen as an adult now type thing. So, are there any other moments that spring to mind? Be like, we might not get this because of their age or situation, like. Perhaps something that's already been cut. We're like, we might not get this. So, for example, we've skipped getting. Now, this doesn't relate to booze, but we've skipped getting almond bunts. So, and we skipped getting Tam's apple brandy. I mean, I have a brandy video to play. I totally forgot that I said I was going to play this brandy video. It's like 2 minutes, folks. It just shows you how simple it is to make some things. That I wanted to share, but. Is there anything else you think? We might not get this drinking related moment, not necessarily like drinking so much that you think you've had 1 glass of wine when you've had 12, but is there any other moments where drinking for whatever reason is involved and you think we may not get it because of their age or how the TV show was started?
Interestingly enough, I'm curious as we get later on in the books, they start talking about how chilled wine is more difficult to come by. Mulled wine is more difficult to come by. All these kinds of things are more difficult to come by because there's a shortage of fruit. There's a shortage of grain. There's a shortage of... And so I'm wondering how they're going to illustrate that in the TV show, because it's real easy to say in the books, we tried to make some, but we didn't have any materials. It's a different medium. It's a different story when you come to the television show. So I'm curious to see how that's going to translate over into television.
Yeah, it's fair. I mean, we are getting, I feel like in one breath, more taverns, in another breath, not. So we didn't obviously get the whole journey with Matt and Rand and the multiple taverns they're in and such like that. But there was never a lot of like hanging out in a tavern involved with that. Whereas I feel like we got more times where they were hanging out in a tavern. You know, the Dana scene. They go and see Min, and it's like, well, you're the ones at the bar, 10 o'clock in the morning type thing.
Yeah.
You know, like those scenes occurred more where the scenes occurred in a bar rather like, and just casually, as opposed to we're in a bar because they have to perform to earn money or a night to, or, you know, somewhere to stay for the night type thing. So it was less functional for their journey and more, this is the environment where the scene is being placed in. So it's...
I did like that scene in the Four Kings in the TV show because it was one of Matt's good scenes. You know, there's what happened to what happened to your razor? You know, and he's like, I blunted it shaving your wife's back. You know, and Dana's behind the counter.
Was that a line that got cut from the show? Perhaps I don't remember that line particularly.
No, that was a line. He says that.
Oh, he does, doesn't he? Yeah.
And then he got a tip.
Yeah,
so yeah.
So Dana says to him, you know, you should serve drinks. He's like, yeah, I'm usually the one drinking them. And he goes to drink one. She's like, then you know how pissed off they get when they have to wait. Go. And so he goes over there and serves some drinks. And they're like, oh, what's up with your face there, buddy? You don't have a razor.
Yeah, you are quite right. Yeah, this is very true.
So it's a great.
Already watched that episode once. So that's my bad. Yes, good point.
Well, maybe go watch it some more, buddy.
That's right. I watched episode. Only watched it once too.
All right, just a couple of fun, simple TV show questions to just to finish us off before I will play the video because I want to demonstrate for folks. I'm sure if you're watching, you have seen my channel and you've seen that I do food and other bits and pieces, and hopefully you've watched the apple brandy video. But if you haven't, I'm going to play it because it's quite fun. It's very simple. Yeah. I clipped it. I clipped off the end and then the start because it was all like, you know, intro outro type thing. But I wanted to show how simple it is to make, you know, just something mentioned from the book at home for you. If you're like, oh my God, I can't make some of these cocktails they mentioned. I don't have fire reach at home. I don't have, you know, spoons for layering. I don't have like cherries. I don't, you know, I don't have.
I hope they have spoons for layering. Come on,
I will mail you a spoon.
Couldn't find Midori. There's been a pandemic. There we go. Is that
there you go.
There we go.
All right.
Or I can't find some of these specialty flavors because I live in Utah.
Yeah. Or I don't understand what an ounce is because I'm in Europe and, you know, we measure things in milliliters.
I can convert for you, Rob. I'll convert it for you.
Use a jigger. It's a jigger. Okay.
I actually got a present from my mother, and it's this like corkboard style like mats of like you know, like chop board, but with like a big handle at one end, and it converts like ounces to mils to gas mark to Fahrenheit to centigrade to every, you know, it does all different ranges of sizes and measures them across the.
For anybody curious, 1 ounce usually translates just to about 30 mils.
Okay, so it's more than a shot in the UK. Yeah. So
a shot is about 50 mils.
That's a double. The shot is 25 or 35, depending on what license you go for.
Hey, when Zach was on a student tour in Europe, no, that was one.
Well, that's Europe. There we go. That's a whole different ball game.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't go to the UK at all, Zach.
No, I'm just learning that American shots are really big, apparently. It's the normal shot glasses we have.
Now, this does not surprise me.
Okay. Anyway, where was I going with this? What was I saying before we got?
Sorry, my bad.
Play the video.
Play the video.
No. Okay, no. I was saying something else. I love this, Koala Sonat. I want to see you convert ounces to centigrade. That's not at all what I was saying. I convert everything. So we'll do ounces to mils, centigrade to Fahrenheit to gas mark as well. You know, so on and so forth. I'll put a picture up tomorrow or something if I remember.
Ounces to centigrade. One is 4. I can do that. It doesn't mean anything, but I can do that.
Someone call Neil deGrasse Tyson. Get him on the line.
He would.
Right, I'm gonna try and remember. That went down the wrong way. I'm gonna try and remember what I said. I'm gonna play the video for a couple minutes,
Play the
folks,
video.
because I need like
No,
a
it's
hot
greater
second.
the longer we
I'm not
go.
even loaded it up. The video's not loaded up. 1 second. Damn it. I need to...
it's like a fine spirit. It gets better
Oh,
with
God,
age.
I was saying something before and it's bugged
This
me.
is
that I
a
can't
very
remember what it is now, so-
spirited episode.
Hey,
Hey, back at it with the dad jokes.
There might
Folks,
Thanks,
be
Dad.
if you want to get
a
It's a
involved
Tam joke.
on the bottle.
if you want to get involved in the Tam
It's one of
joke
those things
competition,
you
volume
better
3,
return.
you got 30 minutes left to vote in round 1. There are 32 matchups. Make sure you've been to all 32 matchups. Twitter is weird. When I create a thread, it stops at 25 tweets. To do the entire 32 matchups, I need to do 65 tweets. So I had to do the thread 3 times. I had to set up the first 25, then do another 25, and then do the top up after that. So
Yeah.
you might have got a notification I tweeted and then gone and done the first ones and then never gone back. Make sure you've gone to all 32 and get voting because otherwise you're not going to get in there. The same thing's going to happen tomorrow because tomorrow I need 33 tweets. Starting on Monday, I can get them all done in one thread and they'll load up at one go. So, you know.
We had that problem when we did the Watt fandom championship bracket. That was insane.
Yeah. I mean, I'm doing like, obviously my initial tweet, hey, this is the thread. And then there's like the pictures. And then there's the poll for the pictures. And then there's the next picture matchup. And then the poll. Yeah, so it's mad. You got 30 minutes left, basically. Probably like 26 for some of them, to be honest, because a few I started early. But yeah, get over to the Twitter account and vote if you haven't done that, folks. There we go. It's loaded up now. So whilst I try to remember what I was saying before, folks, here is an example of how easy it is to make something mentioned in the books. In this case, Tam's apple brandy. Okay, and you can make this at home very, very simply. It's perfect for a party, as you'll see. And, don't be afraid to try. You don't have to make some of the complex things that we've been making. You can make something very, very simple. So enjoy. And there we go. Cut some pretty in there.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is it 4 hours on high and then 7 on low, or 4 on high or 7 on low?
Oh, it's meant to be or. So if that's unclear, maybe that's.
Okay,
why
I was
no,
maybe gonna cook it for 11 hours, so I was
I
concerned.
have a more important question. It said at the
Yes.
end you drank it all at the Zoom party.
Mm-hmm.
Holy
yeah.
crap. Whoa. Whoa.
I went. Yeah. So that was for folks that like. So Ben's asking in chat. So that was just in a standard slow cooker. Now, obviously, slow cookers come in different sizes. So if you don't have a slow cooker that's going to hold 5 liters of liquid, then do less. You know, obviously.
Downsize.
You know,
Anyone in
downsize.
the
But I
US
have a large slow cooker because I'm a chef. I like to batch cook.
Anyone in the
so-
US should have a crock pot that's that big.
That's
There we
the
go.
perfect
I
standard
mean-
size for a crock pot. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a thing. I do have a smaller one for making queso dip.
Mm.
There we go. Yeah, sometimes
Right.
that's what the perfect for. But yes, so I made that, but you can cook it, put it in your crock pot, your slow cooker, high for about 4 hours. But if you want to do low and be like, you know what, I want to make this for, something tonight, and I'm just making it first thing in the morning, put it on low and leave it for 7. I mean, you can leave it for like 10, 11, 12 hours. It would be fine. There would be nothing wrong with it whatsoever. It's not like it's going to evaporate at all. Yes, as Day Lewis, I love this, Day Lou. Add less apple juice. Keep the brandy level the same and add less apple juice. Dana, I love you. So
Dana's a professional. She
Everyone
knows
loves
what's
Dana.
what.
and Koala say there's non-alcoholic. No, it's not non-alcoholic because it doesn't boil. It just heats up. It doesn't.
I like the way she was thinking, though.
It-
It's a
it-
good
yeah.
legitimizing of what
It
you're
heats up
consuming.
just enough to infuse the flavors.
Yes.
That's and actually I think that's a very important point to make. You don't want it to overheat.
Mhm.
You don't want to cook out all the alcohol.
There we go. But yes, I drank that all at a brunch bar. To be honest, Jim, by the end of it, I felt like I was tanning in Tanchico right there.
I believe it.
I was like, I feel like I should be on a sun
Tanning in
lounger.
Tanchico.
I feel like I've had too much sun in a good way, not the bad way. And it was
Nodding
so-
knowingly at all the wrong things at that point.
Oh yes, absolutely. So yeah. Gents, this has been a lot of fun. There was not a massive amount of book talk, which, to be honest, I didn't expect. But it was a lot of fun. I just wanted to share with folks the different ways you can enjoy alcohol responsibly, because that's how it should be done.
Mhm.
But embrace the books and just another way to enjoy things. And you all bring a slightly different aspect to it. Like the different cocktails for the podcast, making mead from scratch, and like cocktail contests, and gathering madness and stuff like that. And I was like, these are the perfect guys to talk to about this. And have some fun and just show the different ways you look at it. So I appreciate your time tonight. This has been so much fun. I'm going to finish off my other drink.
Absolutely.
And
Finish it.
I don't know.
Kill it.
I've got
I'll
to find
kill it
other
with you.
drinks to have now. I
Cheers.
feel like
Yeah.
have I got any
You know-
apples? Can I make some brandy?
We all know Wheel of Time is so important on a reread. You get so much more. And I'm going to say, if you reread on booze, it's yet another experience.
Ooh.
Yes.
Well, and again, Robert Jordan does the most amazing job of writing what I like to call a full story. And that is so as a young Josh, and I'm involved in theater, I was a theater kid, big shock.
Me too.
And
Him too.
for the first number of years, I wanted the lead role, and people were like, no, you're going to have background character number 12. You're going to be tree number 2.
I honestly
get
was
it.
about to say tree number 3 is what I was honestly was about to say. So
And I
Zach,
get it.
you were tree number 2 one time, weren't you?
At least once, right?
Yes.
one of the hardest lessons that I had to learn as a theater kid was that the background characters, the extras, they sell the moment just as much as the lead characters do. You can tell it if you go to a play, or if you watch a movie where the background characters aren't selling the scene, you become disconnected with the scene immediately.
Yeah.
You're like, this isn't real. Something's weird about this. You can't tell it because your focus is on the main character, but it's still there nonetheless. So now the fun part becomes Robert Jordan, I believe, understood this, because the background characters, or the tertiary characters, or the scenes that he sets, or the themes that he sets, may not have a starring leading role in the story, but they present themselves at certain moments in ways that give legitimacy to the story.
Mhm.
Perfect examples of our Elaine in the bar for the first time ever and not realizing that someone's filling her glass to get her drunk. Perrin coming home and Master Alvear says, "Here you are, sir," instead of, "Here's some apple juice, my boy." Like there's very real themes that he's portraying here very subtly that gives us uh, the ability to identify with the scene, the ability to put ourselves in the scene and immerse ourselves in the scene. And I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, tangent.
I
I went off there.
That's fine. No, you're absolutely right. It's wonderful, folks. I want to leave you with a very wholesome image before I finish out the stream, and that is something that has been Zach approved and sent to me by Jim. And folks, you keep saying he needs to be carded, and their dad's up top, and the kids down the bottom. But, ladies and gents, this is the day officially that Zach and Jim celebrated Zach turning 21 and being able to go out legally to purchase alcohol and to enjoy it in public. Look at that picture.
Oh,
That
that's
is so
beautiful.
There you go.
Look how young they both are.
Yes.
There's so
Couple
much
of whippersnappers.
less gray in that beard.
What are you drinking, boys? That's what I want to know, folks. What are you
Yeah,
drinking?
yeah. What's the
Oh, that's definitely my Long Island, as
Nice.
was specified earlier. Yep.
I want to say it's just some amber beer.
I think you just had a beer. Yeah.
Yeah.
As long
That's
as
fair.
it's not an
Yeah.
IPA.
No.
Well, those are stinky.
Jim, why does your Long Island? So in America, do Long Islands not have like Coke or Pepsi or anything like that mixed in? No,
They're usually just
It's
a
got a
splash.
just
but
a splash.
It varies
Okay.
on restaurants and bartenders as how much they put in. Yeah, that one, it almost looked like she forgot. Yeah.
Right, yeah, that does, yeah. So I'm used to a Long Island where it's like 80% of the alcohol and like lemon cordial or lime or whatever they've chosen, whatever variant they've gone with there, and then you top it 20%. It's almost like a reverse Guinness with the
Whoa.
Pepsi or the Coke, whatever.
20%.
Yeah.
Wow.
So like 80% of the glass is alcohol with the lemon, and then the top 20% is capped, like it floats on top of the Pepsi or
Wow.
Coke. So
Yeah, no, we're
That's
more
what I
into
was
a
like-
splash. Splash.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Honestly, when you mix it together, it's actually it makes it more drinkable. You can have more.
Mhm.
That's a really bad thing to say. So
Hot tip: put some amaretto in there as well. Also makes it more drinkable. It's just a little sweet to it.
that's good.
I get enough
That's
sweet
good.
from the triple sec in a Long Island. I don't need amaretto too. Come on.
Nice.
Don't mess with
All
my
right, so-
fave.
Right, folks. I hope you've enjoyed hanging out with us while we've been doing the drinking and just like embracing fun, sensible alcohol use, mixing it with our nerdery love for the Wheel of Time, and just the different ways you can look at it. Simple things, fun cocktails you can do all the time. Some of them great, some of them are blue Valda. Contests, making mead from scratch, all the different things you can do. I hope you've enjoyed having fun with that. And, guys, thank you so much. I look forward to doing this in person, not necessarily this specifically, but drinking in person with you all at JordanCon.
Hashtag
that
is
would
it
be
cool
awesome.
yet?
Many
Absolutely.
locations over the years. Thank you for listening, folks. And we will see you all next time. Bye.
Goodbye, everybody.